Lots of trees to bounce off of here. Well, hello everyone, Dog Walker Dave here. Today on the channel, if you are looking for a new trail running shoe, there are so many to choose from with many different offerings from all the brands. And when it comes down to it, there's not one right shoe for every person. But I have two offerings from the same brand, both made by the Canadian manufacturer Norda. We have the Norda 001 and the Norda 002. Now what I'll do in today's video is go over the similarities between the two of them, because there are similarities, and also the differences between the two of them, just to help you make a more informed decision. Sure, you can go on the website and check it all out for yourself, but someone who has used both of these shoes, I will go over how I use each one of these shoes in my own personal use case. Right now I'm training for the Calgary Marathon. Haven't spent a lot of time on the trail, but as soon as that road marathon's done, I am going back to the trail as much as possible, and these are the shoes I'll be using. So let's go over the similarities between the 001 and the 002. Similarity number one, both the 001 and the 002 have a midsole made by Vibram, both the same type of compound. Similarity number two, both have a Dyneema upper. Dyneema is a very strong material that's used extensively in sails for sailboats. And with my use of my previous pair of 001s, the upper is virtually indestructible. Sure, you can probably poke a stick through it, but my last pair, after hundreds of kilometers, showed absolutely no wear and tear. The third similarity between the two, both of them have an outsole by Vibram, which in my testing of lots of different trail running shoes over the past number of years is by far the best outsole. They both have the Vibram light base mega grip with a 5mm lug depth. So those are the similarities between the 001 and the 002. Now on to the differences. The first difference is in the heel collar. In the 001, you have not much of a heel counter at all. Very minimal padding. Couple of strips at the top. Other than that, it takes a lot of time to get used to the heel counter with this shoe. For me anyways. I know some people can jump right in and it's fine, but for me, it took probably 100 kilometers use to get used to the heel counter. It's a very non-traditional heel counter in the 001. The 002, however, has your traditional heel counter with some padding in there, which is just about like every other pair of running shoes that you probably have. That's the one difference. The second big difference, which attributes to a third difference, which I'll also mention, is the stack height. The 001, we have a 26mm stack height in the heel and a 21 stack height in the forefoot. Makes for a 5mm drop. The 002 has a 19mm stack height in the heel and a 15mm stack height in the forefoot for a 4mm drop. 1mm drop difference. The big difference though between the two is that this is a lot lower to the ground, a lot more ground feel than the number one. So we have the number two with a very low stack height, gets you a lot closer to the ground, gives you a lot more ground feel, but you feel the ground a lot more in those technical trails, roots and rocks. Feel a lot more in the two, but they are also 20 grams lighter and they give you a lot more nimble of feeling. The 001 are built to wear all day and in some cases for multiple days. Good amount of stack height, not too much, and that's about a sweet spot for stack height for me for trail running shoes, because I don't want too high of stack height. I've had shoes that have had more than 30 in the heel, not a fan of it. This one is a little bit low for many use cases, but you would also, I believe, use the one for those more groomed out trails or for people who just can handle it on their feet. They just don't mind a lower stack height and like that lower ground feel. If only we could put the two of these together We take everything about the 002 that I like, the heel counter specifically, and put the stack height of the 001. And if I put those two together, for me, that honestly would be the perfect trail running shoe. I do know they have the 005. The 005 is their race shoe. It's different. It's got a different midsole. It's more for those race efforts. But for an overall trail running shoe, you have two to choose from, and they are quite different. Not just because of the number, they are quite different. And that's all I have, everyone. If I were to choose one of these shoes just for overall use, I would choose the 001 over the 002. Still a fantastic shoe, but I would choose the 001 for overall use. Just for those days where you want to spend a lot of time out on the trail, in the mountains, wherever you want to go, these would offer you more comfort over the long term because of the higher stack height. I will just add in, when you're ordering them from Norda with the 001s, you need to go at least a half a size higher in the US men's and women's sizing. They fit short. It says it on the website. The 002s, you need to go a full size higher compared to your US men's sizing, just the way they fit. But they're both amazing shoes. Thanks for watching, everyone. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button if you find this useful and or entertaining in any way. And if you do have either the 001s or 002s, leave a comment below. Love to hear from you. Cheers, everyone.